Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for One Piece Chapter 982. When last left our heroes, we had a lot of problems with the Shueisha website that will hopefully be fixed for this week, but the actual plot of the chapter involved Luffy, Zoro, Kid, and Killer continuing their battle through the Onigashima banquet hall, where they were attacked by a member of the Numbers, and just a lot of, the rabble of the Beast Pirates. Meanwhile, Team Kinemon split into two teams, I think. One to investigate a brothel where Momonosuke might be, but we also know that he's not there, so it's kind of confusing there. Another to continue the mission to kill Kaido. But while they were crossing a bridge, most of the team got out of the way before Big Mom opened the window and spotted Chopper. Meanwhile, the Big Mom pirates were making their way back up the waterfall, where they found Marco, who is now here, and who kicked them back off the waterfall again, and is there with Nekomamushi and Izo. And that's where we left off last time. So let's jump right into Chapter 982, Scoundrel Meets Scoundrel. Our picture here is of the next part of Getting Beaters on My Family, Run Away from the Navy, as we see that, I think Gody is his name, is carrying Lola, who had just asked him to marry her, and Chiffon is carrying Beige. That's a really great scene there. Anyway, so we open somewhere on Onigashima. Hey, Black Maria, what happened to your mission? Oh, what's the harm, Supreme Commander? They can handle the search just fine without me. I'd rather be here. And we see that it's Kaido with Black Maria, who I think is one of the Tobiropo, I think? There are so many different groups on the Beast Pirates. It's really hard to keep them all straight, but I think she's one of the Tobiropo. But she's, kind of being with Kaido. She's also like Kaido's size. She's huge. But yeah, she's kind of flirting with him. It's very unclear how genuine the flirting is, but whoa. Very well. It's our one chance a year to party and mingle. Isn't that right, Orochi? The best day of the year. And Orochi's also there, and he's kind of with Kaido. Goo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Indeed, Kaido. It is especially worth celebrating because at long last, the ghosts of Kozuki that have haunted me for 20 years are gone. Soon Kanjuro will arrive, now that his 20-year acting role is finished. He should be with the captains of the battleships that sank the Akazaya Samurai under the waves. And Kaido just continues, chewing on his food as he replies, That's very impressive, and I could have easily killed him without realizing it. It's too bad, though. The man who is so utterly trusted claims that Oden never told him anything. Then it would seem that he gave no hints to his samurai about getting to Laugh Tale. So yeah, we see once again that, actually we know that Big Mom has explicit dreams about getting to Laugh Tale and becoming king of the pirates. And, it's kind of, figured that's Kaido's goal. But I think this might be the first time we've explicitly said that's part of Kaido's goal, and not just, ruling Wano. Which, if his big goal is Laugh Tale, why has he spent so much time on Wano? For Big Mom has total land because she wants to be, I guess, queen of the pirates. And she wants to have a country with people of every nation. That's part of her ambitions. Or people of every race, I mean. But we don't know really anything about Kaido. Even in the Oden backstory, he just kind of pops up one day. I think he pops up while Oden is off with Roger, as I recall. But Kaido just Orochi has all this backstory weaved in there, and Kaido just pops up one day. There's a lot. What I'm getting at is there's a lot about Kaido we just don't know right now, and I'm really curious to see more about Kaido. Anyway, then it would seem that he gave no hints to his samurai about getting to Laugh Tale. And just then, I think that's Black Maria, or it's one of the... It might be just a random woman. Yeah, it's a random woman in the Beast Pirates. She's wearing something different. Eek! Who are you? And just then, Kanjuro appears. in the middle of the room. "Pardon the disturbance. I have business with Lord Orochi." I'm still deciding on a voice for Kanjuro, by the way. I have no idea what it would be. And Orochi recognizes him. "Ah, there you are, Kanjuro." And Kaido barks at his men. "Stop it, you fools. This is Orochi's man." And Kanjuro, stands amid all of the Beast Pirates, holding Momonosuke. I never realized how huge Kanjuro is. Like, I've always known he was bigger than the rest of the Straw Hats and the rest of the Scabbards. But, like, we see, Momonosuke compared to his hand, and Momonosuke goes up to, like, here on Kanjuro. Anyway, it has been a very long time since we last met, Lord Orochi. This mansion is so large I got a bit lost. Everyone who took me for an enemy and attacked met an untimely end by my weapon. My apologies. Orochi notices Momonosuke, I guess. "Hey, what's that in your other hand?" "As you requested, it is Kozuki Momonosuke, the son of Odin." And we see that Momonosuke is actually a lot more beat up than he was, which we actually kind of saw in the previous panel, but I had forgotten that that Momonosuke was not that beat up in the earlier. And Kaido looks at him. "He cut his ropes and attempted to escape along the way, so I had to pacify him. Don't worry, the boy still breathes." And Orochi laughs. "You did that to the heir of Kozuki, the clan that was your so-called patron? Mwahaha! A man without blood in his veins." And Kanjuro replies, "Now that my role is over, he is merely some child to me." And Kaido looks over at him. "I'm stunned. I do remember you. You were one of the Akazaya 9. And I remember you very well." I mean, flashback to that moment at the end of the Odin flashback. When Kaido, holds Momonosuke over the edge of the roof. "Your father is a fool of a lord. You look exactly the way you did when I was disappointed in you as the son of Odin." And Kanjuro, drops him and says, "Yes, he is nothing but a little brat. A brat entirely unfit for the greatness of his name." Black Maria looks down at Momonosuke. "Oh, the poor little boy. You've beaten him bloody." And Kaido goes back to drinking his sake. And Orochi speaks up. "Well done, my good man. Let us raise a toast to Kanjuro." And Kanjuro bows. "No, Lord Orochi." And I guess he tells them what happened. About Kinemon's team coming through. I don't know why I'm so stuttering tonight. I can't think of a single word. Anyway, Orochi snaps at him. "You failed to stop their operation? But that was your information." "I'm sorry, my lord. I've been around Kinemon for many years, but I've never known him to be so thorough." I am super in love with the whole Kinemon didn't realize he was playing Kanjuro the whole time twist. It's just so deeply funny to me. That everyone is it's like Bakurina. If anyone's watching that this season, no, it's not Bakurina. It's if anyone reads Tear Moon Empire, more specifically. There's tastes of that in Bakurina, but everyone knows that Katarina is really stupid in that. But if you read Tear Moon Empire on J Novel Club, the running gag is that Mia is so self-centered and does everything for herself, but it always turns out to be some selfless action. That's the same kind of vibe I'm getting here. Anyway, I'm somehow only on page 6, and we are 9 minutes into this video, so let's try to be a little bit more snappy, shall we? Anyway. So their fleet is coming here to Onigashima? And then someone else comes by. I think it's the head ninja guy. "There is no reason yet to fear Shogun Orochi. Fukurokuju! There is not a single ship to be seen at the dock. But the trio of battleships we have sent out have not yet returned. And 4 pirates have been sighted on the performance floor outside. Straw Hat Luffy, Pirate Hunter Zoro, Eustace Captain Kidd, and Murder Machine Killer." So hold on. So Fukurokuju is saying there's nothing to worry about, but our battleships have not returned, and there are 4 pirates here. Am I getting that right, or is there another person there saying one thing, and then Fukurokuju says another? I don't get it. I don't know. It's quite likely that all the members of these pirate crews have already disembarked upon the island. And Orochi snaps at him. "Why didn't you report that?" Master Queen was handling the situation. I thought it better not to disturb the feast, and there are no witness reports of suspicious samurai around. In any case, our entire concentrated might is present here on Onigashima. Nothing can possibly happen here that will put us in danger. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's right. Drink up, Orochi. Oh, wait, for a second I thought that was Orochi, but that's Kaido's laugh. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's right. Drink up, Orochi. And Black Maria turns to him. Let me pour, my lord. And as Orochi watches his sake cup, overflow, he's, shaking and sweating. No, I don't want to hear reassurances and platitudes. I want to report that the samurai are good and dead. And Momonosuke, over in, where he's on the floor, beaten up and bruised. Luffy's here on the island. Find a way to survive. We'll go and rescue you. But not everyone else? No ships. Kinemon. Is everyone else alright? And we see an image of, I think that's the bridge where Kinemon and the gang were, I think. But anyway, Orochi, lunges over and grabs Momonosuke. Give me Momonosuke, Black Maria. And as Orochi, looks at Momonosuke in his hand, that's right. I mustn't forget. This is the enemy's leader. Orochi is also pretty big, too, I never noticed. His entire, and that's in that panel right there on page 8, I think. His entire, hand is around Momonosuke's torso, which is a lot. Anyway, a range of crucifixions stand on the stage. And everyone looks at him in shock. I will kill the last surviving Kozuki here, and bring their history to its miserable end. And then this whole ordeal is behind me. And then we cut to at sea near Onigashima. Is that you, Cat? You're late. Did you just get here? Oh, this is gonna be on the submarine. Inuarashi and in contact with Nekomamushi. Yep, we just climbed the falls. There are so many characters, by the way, that I just don't have voices for. And normally most of the series I do, I can find a voice for a character real fast, and for some reason in One Piece I just really can't. I don't know. Do you have any idea what date and time it is? The night of the Fire Festival, the big battle, just in time for the action, right? That's Neko's line. And Inuarashi responds, "That will depend on you, Gara. We are already heading to the northmost point of Onigashima. Gotcha. See you there. No, wait. Hey, Cat." And Kawamatsu just chirps. Sounds like he hasn't changed. I hope you arrive in time, kapapapa. And Kiku smiles. I suppose Kitty must have grown up just like Doggy has. And what's her name? Ashuramaru? The bandit guy, whose name I'm blanking. They better go top speed, because we're nearly at the back door. And Law turns to them. Because of the twisting current, a typical ship can only approach the island from the entrance. Which means that the only reason they get to the back door is because of they're in a submarine. And Raizo, let's hope that Kinemon and Denjiro have made their way around to the rear as planned. I wish for us all to be there, so we can fulfill Lord Odin's desire together. Just please be safe until then, Lord Momonosuke. Which is, not great, because Momonosuke is not safe right now. Anyway, I guess this is Marco's ship. Everybody sounds good to me. They're in the middle of the raid. So they call that separate little island Onigashima now? And so, yes, Marco and Inuarashi, not Inuarashi, and Nekomamushi, called Cat Viper in the official translation, which I guess I vaguely knew that, but I've only jumped onto the official translation after Nekomamushi's last appearance, so... Anyway, Marco turns to Nekomamushi. Go figure that we showed up at the same time. What was the point of me asking you to send a message to Straw Hat Luffy, then? Row. No kidding. Guess I'll toss out this note, then. I guess he has a note written for Luffy. You mean the guy who wrecked up Zou was just an officer? We're in for a big fight. And yeah, those are the Guardians in the background. I'm surprised you got involved, Marco. Look, I love Odin, but word from Wano doesn't travel out of the country. I never thought things had gotten this bad. We see the note that Neko has thrown out. I might be late, but I'll be there, from Marco. One sec. Then let's hurry. I got a genius plan in mind. Meanwhile, with Team Denjiro and the Southern Forces, which seems to be in the west on my map, and I've never quite made heads or tails of that. All the times we've been talking about this plan. Anyway, one of the Beast Pirates calls over to him, Kyoshiro, what gives? I heard you weren't coming this year. Oh, I guess they have not learned that Denjiro has betrayed them. Denjiro turns to him. Yes, keep it a secret. Wahaha, you snuck in? What happened to your fancy pompadour? I wouldn't have expected you to slip out of the feast either. Yeah. And it's Sasaki of the Tobiroppo that he's talking to. It's Kaido's kid. He's gone missing. Couldn't have left the island, though. Got all the boys looking for him. Here, too, a gate not found in the mansion plans blocked the way. But it was an easy obstacle for Kyoshiro the Yakuza to slip past. Oh yeah, that would be like really easy for Kyoshiro, for Denjiro, because he's like a member of Orochi's group. But just then, Denjiro ties up Sasaki in chains. Huh? What are you doing, Kyoshiro? What's the meaning of this? Huh? And Denjiro turns to his men. Gag him while you're at it. Yes, sir. And Denjiro lowers his like cloak so that he can see, Sasaki can see the Kozuki tattoo on his back. Do you know much about Wano's history, Sasaki? And Sasaki looks at him, confused, and we just get the narrator again. With one of the dangerous Tobiroppo out of the way, the southern forces split in two like the eastern to bring themselves closer to Kaido. Go inside the dome from here. And one team goes around the back for the assault, and one team's infiltrating the dome for some reason. Don't exactly know why, because this plan is like I get why Team Kinemon split up, because one went to look for Momonosuke in the brothel, and one went to continue the Kaido mission. But like, does Denjiro think that Momonosuke might be in the dome? I don't know. I don't understand it either. Meanwhile, Team Kinemon, Eastern Forces. And we see that Chopper is in the tank. Direct hit! And apparently, he's fighting Big Mom on the bridge. Hand over your captain to me right now, Straw Hat crew! Yeah! And Usopp and Chopper both scream, and like, furiously running in reverse and shooting at Big Mom. And Kinemon pulls himself out of the water. They fled in terror, but made sure to do it in the opposite direction. Yeah, I'm sure there was like a plan for that. And all of the Musketeers and Kinemon get out of the water. We are in your debt, Sir Usopp and Chopper. Now's the time. Let us move onward. Right behind you, the head Musketeer guy, whose name I can't remember. And we see Carrot and Nami and Shinobu are watching this from, I think, like behind the doorway to the brothel. Usopp, Chopper, I hope they're okay. Chobro! But they all quickly run back into the brothel, leaving them behind. Oh well. And Carrot snaps at Nami. That's it? That was Big Mom! Exactly, what are we supposed to do? And just then, is Prometheus the sun homie's name? Peeks out of the door of one of the rooms of the brothel. I found you! Ah! And just then, the Climax like shakes. Oh! And Prometheus flares up. It's the woman who kidnapped Zeus! Mama! Ah! And the three of them all scream. And then we go back to inside Kaido's castle, because we can't have one scene in this chapter. You can do it, Pei-Pei. You can do it, Pei-Pei. You can... Oh, I'm so tired. Don't tag along with me. Search somewhere else. Are you telling me what to do? So this seems to be back to the Tobiroppo looking for Yamato. Oh, my stars. I just can't go on. Pei-Pei, I'm ever so tired. That's not my problem. Stop running, then. This is Ulti and Page 1 are the two Tobiroppos, as... Like, it's telling. I've been kind of glossing over this, but I've mentioned how many fucking characters there are in this arc. That every time someone is reintroduced for a chapter, we need to, like, have a little reminder of who they are. Like, even Kanjuro got a reminder of who he is. He's been around since Dressrosa. Anyway, you're supposed to offer to carry me. She grabs, I don't know which one is which, but whatever. Don't drag me down. And just then, they seem to land right behind Luffy. It looks like he's still fighting all the Beast Pirates. Ah! Eek! Ah! I don't know who's making what noise. But the Beast Pirates look at is that Ulti in page one? And the woman lands right in front of Luffy, who glares down at her. Hmm? And I think that's page one. I'm not sure, but she looks up and glares at Luffy. Who the hell are you? And Luffy glares down at her. No, who are you? Next chapter hits June 21st. All right. So there's a lot going on in this chapter, but also again, seemingly not that much progress going on, like actual tangible things happening. On the one hand, Orochi finds out about Kinemon and the gang. The rebellion is now here on Onigashima. Their Orochi's plan did not work, and he knows that now, which means that he and Kaido are now are not going to be taken by an ambush when the assassins show up to kill them. And he's arranging an execution from Momonosuke. But that's a good 7 pages, 6 or 7 pages, and that's kind of all that happens in that scene. But it's an important thing to happen, so whatever. Meanwhile, Team Law is still making their way to the back door. Team Marco are also making their way in, but they're still making their way there. Team Denjiro is split up for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why they did that, but that's what they did. Chopper is fighting Big Mom, which is not gonna go well. Team Nami has found Prometheus, which is gonna start a fight, I reckon, which I actually am excited for because Nami does not fight enough. It's generally true that the women of One Piece get a lot less to do than the men. And part of that is because there are a lot more men than there are women in One Piece. Or on the Straw Hat crew, that's a simple fact. But having a fight of just, Nami and Carrot and Shinobu, I'm excited for that. I hope we actually get to see a good bit of it. And I hope I hope when we get the versus Prometheus focus chapter, it's not cut up like this one is. Which is kind of my ultimate problem with this chapter. We also see Luffy meeting the 2 Tobiropo members to finish up my recap of the whole, my quick overview of the whole chapter. But my big issue with this one, and with last week to a lesser extent, is just that, because there's so many different scenes going on, very little happens in each one. This definitely feels like a board moving chapter, if that's a phrase that makes any sense. Different different pieces are being moved around for the next part of the arc. That's very much what it feels like. We have things going on with Kaido and Orochi, things going on with Denjiro, things going on with Marco, things going on with Law, things going on with Chopper and Nami and Luffy. But the individual things that happen are very slight. So that's kind of... there's an old Fairy Tail review that I titled a whole lot of stuff almost happening, and that's definitely the vibe I have for this chapter, despite the fact that it took over 20 minutes to read. But yeah, it was good. It was good. It's just, I like for things to start happening again. We've had 2 chapters of kind of things of wheel spinning. It's time to get back to the action. So let's hope that happens next time. So I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!